Here we are, the home of the Southeast's largest dry Oktoberfest. Founded in the 1870s, this small German town in northern Alabama is home to over 15,000 residents. Right here we have a couple of very friendly people who live in this great town. So, where are we exactly? That's right, greetings from Cullman, Alabama.
We've been playing all of our lives. Never won, but we try. You know that one day you'll say you wanted out sometimes. We're singing, shattered minds and ready hands, broken hearts and better plans. Shout it out loud once again, 'cause I know it's coming soon. I just can't tell you when.
This is Depot Park, one of the favorite places of locals here in downtown Cullman. Right here we have the fountain, the centerpiece of this historic place. Cullman was founded next to the railroad, just as many cities are founded next to waterways, so that they can have lots of transportation. Right here, the fountain is the centerpiece of this Depot Park. You're in Cullman. Now I'm going to meet up with one of the locals from Cullman, one of my friends, Robert. Hey Robert.
Hey, behind me is the depot. It doesn't stop for passengers anymore, but now it's on the United Way.
Cool. Well, I'm getting pretty hungry. Is there any place good to eat for lunch?
Yeah, let's go to the Busy Bee Cafe.
That sounds great. Here we are in Busy Bee Cafe with Jeffrey and Robert. Right here I have some fries and a great cheeseburger. It's a great place to come eat. It was established in 1919. This is one of the many flower beds that can be seen around Cullman. This one was put up by the Cullman Iris and Daylily Society. Here we are in another historic part of downtown Cullman. Oh, hey, here are my friends again.
Hey man.
Hey, so what is this place?
It's the Jacob Richter Senior Memorial Chapel. It was named after him because he was such an amazing guy and everybody knew him and loved him.
Cool. Well, let's go in and have a look.
All right, awesome.
Some of our viewers may remember this place. Was it in some movie?
Yeah, it was actually featured in Wall of the Wind and what was that other movie called? Back George. Yeah.
Oh, good movies,
Yeah.
good movies. Here we are at Cullman's oldest home, the Weiss Cottage. The Weiss Cottage was built in 1875 by the Dr. Aldo Weiss. He bought this land from the railroad company. One of the most interesting things about this home is that he did keep his entire family. He had many children, all in this two-room house. He kept goats in the basement as a means for milk and as farm animals, as was normal during that time period. It was moved here in the 1970s when it was donated to the city of Cullman. It now stands as the landmark of Cullman's oldest home. This is the Weiss Cottage well. It was dedicated in 1978. Now, Robert, a local here, is going to demonstrate how they would bring water up from the well using this crank system. Thank you, Robert. This is currently the Mary Carter store, although it started out as the German bank when Cullman was first founded. As you'll notice, there's the balcony up in the top. This was used a lot during Cullman's history. It was not only used during the World Wars to spot enemy planes if they ever came to the area, but it was also used as a way to alert citizens when trains were coming. Here we are at Frankweiler Platz. Over here we have the fountain. It was erected April 14th, 1988. Cullman and Frankweiler, Germany, are sister cities. They were twined because of our connection, our common history, if you will. Cullman and Frankweiler are sister cities because of our common history. Colonel John G. Cullman, the founder of Cullman City and Cullman County, was born in Frankweiler, Germany. This is the bicentennial tree. It was dedicated in 1976 for the bicentennial of America, in hopes that as the future continues, the freedom of our great country will grow year by year. So, what's next on our list of stops here in Cullman?
Well, this is the Bicentennial Bridge in downtown Cullman.
It's the only walking bridge for pedestrians in downtown Cullman.
Very cool. Let's take a gander. This is one of the oldest elevators in Cullman County, and it's housed here in the Stiefelmeyer building. This is the statue of Colonel John G. Cullman. It is also the site of the time capsule placed here in 1973 for the centennial of the city. It's not to be reopened until 2073. This is a recreation of Colonel Cullman's bedroom. In here you can see many things that would have been in his bedroom, like a bed, an organ, a grandfather clock, and a sofa, along with many portraits. First we have Colonel John G. Cullman. Second, his wife, Josephine. His daughter, Marie. His son, Theodore. And his other son, Otto. Theodore and Otto both came over to America with Colonel Cullman. However, both his daughter and wife stayed in Germany. Up here you can see the birthhouse of Colonel Cullman in Frankweiler, Germany. He was born July 2nd, 1823. Here's a ceramic piece which was made by Reverend Timothy Harrison in 1972 to mark Cullman's centennial. This is a picture of Colonel Cullman's original house. It was built in the late 1800s. Next we can see the saloon that was by his house. When he moved here, there were some other settlers with whom he got in many fights. At the saloon, he got stabbed during an assassination attempt. Right here we can see how much the city of Cullman grew up around Colonel Cullman's house. This picture was taken before 1912 when the house burned down. You can see how much the town grew in just 20 or 30 years. Right here is where we can see how the train was dug up, the train tracks were dug up and buried down in the ground so that we could have many bridges that went over the train tracks. The Cullman City School was built in 1909. This is the bell that was original to that building, built in 1911. This is Colonel Cullman's grave. He died on December 3rd of 1895 and is buried here in the Cullman City Cemetery.